See if this junk going on. What is good, Cowboys Nation? Wait till y'all get in here, man. Fresh off of work. It's been a long day. Been a really, really long day. We put in so much work when it comes down to the network, all the content creators, and it's just unfortunate to see this team do what they're doing right now. So much talent, guys. But sometimes when it comes down to talent, like you got to have that chemistry. You got to have chemistry. It's very important. Wait till y'all get in here. Shout out to Mariah. What's up, Mariah? I got like 20 minutes and I'm going to come tend to you, sweetie. All right, let's see. Let me see if there's anybody. Hey, shout out to the lunatic. What's going on? What is good with you, bro? Man, I'm going through it right now, man. It's so unfortunate, when you have a team like the Dallas Cowboys with so much talent, but like I was saying, like it's not always about the talent that you have on the field. You got to have that chemistry, and Dallas have not gained that chemistry yet. Not saying that they can't do it. We have to understand that it's just week three. It's week three, but sometimes when you're going through these type of situations right now, with some people, some teams, you can't recover. But I think that the talent that we have with Dak Prescott, CD Lamb, all of those guys, it's going to take a collective thing to be able to take that next step. That's my thing. And we've always had questions, guys. We've always talked about bringing in, going into free agency and starting and going out there and getting talent early on. If you bargain shop, you're going to get bargain shop results. We've been saying this all off season. You can talk about the names. Like at this point now, I don't even care. Like Eric Kendricks, everybody on at that defensive tackle position, you got to go out there and get difference makers. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying that Kendricks is a bad player, but it's not just going to take him to be able to take that next step. Hey, shout out to my man Dwayne. What's good, dog? What is going on, man? I'm going through it, man, when it comes down to these Dallas Cowboys. It's so crazy. Shout out to Regina. Regina, I haven't seen you in a while. How you been? What's going on? All right, let's see. Shout out to the lunatic. He said, well, we need defensive tackle help, but the Joneses problem won't use draft picks to trade for an upgrade. They don't want to do any of that. That's why I was saying, bro. Like if you're going to pick up defensive tackles at the end of the draft, if you're going to pick up defensive tackles for cheap at the end of free agency, is going to be the same thing. The last 20 years, bro, we've had the same problem. The thing is, you can have the best linebackers, you can have the best cornerbacks, the best safeties, but if you don't have that interior right as far as the defensive tackle position, you're not going to have nothing, because the offensive line, they're going to be able to get to the second level and they can be able to do whatever they want to do. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying that guys like Linval Joseph and Jordan Phillips, all the rest of those guys at that defensive tackle position, they can't be good, but you want to bring in talent so you can be like, bringing in competition brings the best out of everybody. You know what I'm saying? So it's just crazy to see what the Joneses at this point now. We know that Jerry Jones is about 83 years old. The time is now for this team. You know what I'm saying? When you see Dak Prescott, I'm so glad that this guy signed his contract, but you got to build around him, guys. You have to. It's extremely important. Like the talent that we have on the offensive line from the Zach Martins, we know he's getting older, but when you're putting so much towards a Tyler Guyton, and I will be running some film on Tyler Guyton as well as Cooper Beebe, but when you're putting so much pressure on those guys, I mean, come on now, a lot of rookies. So you're talking about Tyler Guyton, Cooper Beebe, Maurice Leofau, Kalen Carson. All of these rookies right now are playing significant roles, and not saying that they're scrubs, but when you're leaning so much towards these rookies, you're going to fall into the same type of window. You know what I'm saying? And it's unfortunate to be able to see it, and I'm happy that they actually went out there and tried to win the game, but you never should put yourself in a position like that in the first place. You know what I'm saying? You got to lock in and focus early on in the game, especially if you're playing like the teams like the Baltimore Ravens or any of these teams in the NFC. You have to play tough all four quarters. You know what I'm saying? All right, let's see. Okay, hey, hold on 1 second, y'all. Hold on 1 second. That's Jazz. Hold on 1 second. My bad, y'all. Hold on. What? Okay. All right. Let's see. Okay. Okay. He said we need a number 2 receiver. Yeah. Hey, look, bro. I think Brandon Cooks is a good player, but you have to bring in talented guys that can be able to complement a guy like CeeDee Lamb. You have to. And I do like Turpin. Turpin was making a lot of moves, and it's so weird with that because soon as CeeDee Lamb was off the field, and you got guys like Cavante Turpin getting on the field, they start cooking. I think with Dak Prescott, he leans so much towards a CeeDee Lamb that kind of like he loses focus of all the other options that's out there. Jalen Tolbert, I haven't really seen too much from him. At this point now, you're not going to be able to count on a receiver like him or a Brandon Cooks. You have to go out there and get somebody. You know what I'm saying? That's part of the reason why I was so sad about Michael Gallup going this past year. Not saying that he was a 1,000 yards or 11-yard type of receiver, but that possession type of player, when you really needed him on that third down, he was fully capable of being able to get it. So, I mean, playing tough ball, the running back position too as well, the lunatic. I have my questions about that. You know what I mean? Because it starts off with that offensive line, and those running backs are going to have to be on top of it too. You know what I'm saying? But it's so crazy though, guys, because it's like, you know, you looking and you're working so hard when it comes down to being able to create content. All the content creators out there, and this team is going out there and not showing up when it matters most. You know what I'm saying? We know that this team can go out there and beat the Giants, any of these little teams, but when you're playing the top tier teams that got top tier athletes, the Saints, they played pretty good so far in this start of the year. Playing the Baltimore Ravens, that's the test that I want to see from this team. You know what I'm saying? It's big time. It's big time. All right. Let's see. Hey, shout out to Jay Bryant. What's good, dog? He said, "Sup, JC? Dak follows the plays. That comeback was Dak orchestrated it. Yeah, big time. That's Dak all day, bro. Like it was so crazy because it's like I could just tell by the way that the fourth quarter was going that they were giving us an opportunity to take that next step, and everything was just rolling. Like Tom Brady was pretty much speaking up on it, bro. It was wild how he was pretty much breaking everything down, how it should happen, and seeing Dak Prescott hitting Turpin. I mean, it was big time, and Turpin definitely showed me that you need to have him on the field a lot more often, bro. You definitely do. You know what I'm saying? Jake Ferguson, all of those guys as well. But the biggest thing is, you know, you don't want to have these penalties killing you either. You know what I'm saying? It's big. All right, but I did think we was gonna win that game, though. I thought we was gonna win, but the defense couldn't get that stop. We already knew. I was literally, you can ask my wife and my kids. I was literally calling out every single play on that last possession when we were on defense, what they were about to do, bro, and they did it. You know what I'm saying? So you got to be on the same page, man. Definitely got to be on the same page. But shout out to Micah Parsons, though, man, because the thing is with me, like this dude is so talented, but it's not going to just be him to be able to get to where we want to go. It got to be a collective thing, guys. You know what I'm saying? So it's been really crazy this last few hours. You know what I'm saying? My man said still need clarification what Micah and Tank were fussing about on the sideline video. Mm-hmm. This could get ugly. Yeah, they probably was talking about some plays or some type of miscommunication or something. But hey, somebody needs to speak up at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? And the thing is with me, with DeMarcus Lawrence, you've been around this team for a very, very long time. You got to be that leader for all of these guys. And if you can't be that leader, somebody else is going to have to step up and say something. You know what I'm saying? So that's probably what it was, bro. When you're going through a situation like that and guys are not seeing eye to eye, sometimes you can have those little back and forths, but that's what it's all about, bro. That's what winning is all about. You have to figure it out. You know what I'm saying? Because you have the talent to be able to do it, but you got to go out there, stay focused, and just find yourselves. You know what I'm saying? It was so stressful seeing it, though. Like, the thing is with me, like, just doing film sessions and breaking things down, like, I don't want to talk about all the bad plays, but, I mean, that's what we're doing right now. So it is what it is, man. We got to tell the truth. Definitely got to tell the truth. All right. Shout out to my man, Jay Bryant. He said McCarthy has to be more innovative. The standard play design is bad. wide lineup, CD and Ferguson on the same side. I'm rarely critical of McCarthy, but he needs some help. Yeah, I mean, with me, bro, I would love to see them lining up everywhere, though. You can line those guys up at the same side, or you can line those guys up on the opposite side, but just mix things up. You have so much talent. With a guy like Jake Ferguson and CeeDee Lamb, I mean, you can run so many different positions and just confuse the defense. You know what I mean? But having Dak Prescott there orchestrating it, you're going to have to do a few other little tweaks to be able to allow this team to be able to take that next step as far as the offense. All right, let's see. My man said Rico Dowdle is not the lead back. Hey, bro, it's so weird to me, bro, with Rico Dowdle. Every time I see him in the backfield, I'll be like, I don't know. I'm not feeling it. I'm not saying that he's a bad player, but for him to be the starter coming out there in the beginning, bro, this is a completely different year. You know what I'm saying? But not saying that he can't make plays. I like what he can be able to do on the perimeter. He can run in between the tackles, but somebody else has to be there. They have to be there. You know what I'm saying? And like I was saying, man, like if this team can't turn it around early on, then we might fall into some trouble, y'all. I'm just telling y'all that right now. All right, let's see. But yeah, we will be doing more film, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm looking at this situation and I'm like, man, like, what can I break down out here? You know what I'm saying? Like, the offensive line, defensive line, like, it's so many different, man, so many different things, ways we can be able to go, but it's just not going to be good videos. You know what I'm saying? It's bad videos. You know what I mean? It's just, that's the only thing that stresses me, guys. You know what I'm saying? All right, but my man said the reason I asked that is because the Joneses would love to win one their way, and if they don't, they happy with their three. Marketing is the most important to them. Yeah, bro, that's my thing, bro. If you're going to market, remember I was saying a few live streams ago when I went to Dallas, it just seemed like everything was bright lights. When I went to the Star in Frisco, it was like a palace, bro. Sometimes when you think about it, not every athlete is going to be able to lock in and still be productive on the field. Everything is bright lights, and sometimes that can end up being a distraction. So with them, it's either their way or the highway. You want to bring in Mike McCarthy, you want to bring in Mike Zimmer. And the thing that's so funny, though, Dwayne, like with some teams, you can just tell by the way that they're scheming all of their players, playing good defense, the offense is switching things up. There's different cultures, you know what I'm saying? And it's funny because my boy was telling me, like, with the Kansas City Chiefs and other teams in the league, you see their the football field, you see like their practice facility, a lot of their things that they do on a daily basis is not how the Dallas Cowboys do things. You know what I'm saying? So you want to focus on football. That's the main thing. That's how you can be able to get to where you want to be. All right, let's see. Hey, shout out to Roy. What's up, dog? He said, what up, JC and chat? This team has some issues they need to fix. Yeah, man, big time. And I think that, man, what's y'all thoughts on Tyler Guyton, though? You know what I'm saying? What are y'all thoughts on him? I think that there's a lot that he I've seen a lot of mistakes. I've seen some good things from him, but I don't want it to get to a point where you're going to hurt the quarterback, him or Terrence Steele. You know what I'm saying? A lot of these times where he's going up against these defensive ends, these guys are ripping in the inside. It's so hard to be able to get away from a quarterback, to get away from that rip from the inside. Just like Brady said, you want to be blocking these guys inside out. Don't let these guys get to the inside, because interior pass rush is the hardest thing to be able to get around. The defensive tackles as well. So those tackle positions is going to be critical if this team's going to turn this around. All right, let's see. Hey, shout out to my man Mojo. What's good, Mojo? What's going on, man? He said this is tough. I fully expect Zimmer. He said I fully expect Zimmer to get scapegoated if this defense doesn't show out on Thursday. I think that with him, Zimmer, I mean, you have the guys to be able to do it, but it's not just about athleticism. It's mental as well, bro. Putting yourself in the right position and understanding what these offenses are trying to do. You know what I mean? When you got Micah Parsons on the field, DeMarcus Lawrence, there's a lot of guys that we still got on the field from last year. And all of these young players like the Maurice Leofiles and stuff like that, you gotta switch things up. But with him, sometimes when it comes down to like being a defensive coordinator, when you first start off in your first year, it might take a few games to be able to get things in order. So I don't want to rush to judgment when it comes down to him. Let's give it like at least 2 or 3 more games. Like just see what happens. You know what I'm saying? Because I mean, it's a lot of young bucks out there. All right, let's see. Let's see. Shout out to Regina. She said, I know Zeke didn't get a lot of snaps. Jerry said he's running back one. He needs more, in my opinion. Yeah, I think that Zeke could be able to get more snaps, but I mean, at the end of the day, the offensive line is going to have to be on top of it. If you ain't getting to the second level, if those linebackers are blasting in there, those defensive tackles, you can have the best running back in the world. You won't be able to get much. You know what I'm saying? And I've always said this, Regina. I don't think that you have to have the best running back to be successful. If you have that right offensive line, everybody on the same page, I think that we can be able to roll. You know what I'm saying? But it's good. Sometimes when you go through adversity early on in the season, sometimes they can turn it around. We have the talent to be able to do it. As you can see in that last fourth quarter, that's the Dallas that I like to see as far as the offense. You know what I'm saying? All right, let's see. Shout out to Mojo. You said this is tough. Oh, okay. I think I read that one. Okay, my bad. All right. My man said Guyton ain't the reason we losing. Let him learn on his job as well. Let him learn on the job as well as BB. They rookies. I'm most disappointed in the veterans because the rookies haven't cost us any games. Yeah, man. I'm just calling everything out at this point as far as everything on that offensive line. We got to talk about it. Tyler Guyton, yeah, he will give up plays, but it won't be perfect. Same thing with Cooper Beebe. It will take some time. So that's why we all have to understand that. As far as Terrence Steele, bro, I'm just not sure. I'm not sure because I might end up doing a film session on him, bro. That's the one he's the one that I might do next. I just don't want him getting Dak hurt at this point. I know he had that injury. I think it was like last season. He had that injury. Sometimes it takes some time to be able to recover from that, but I don't want him getting anybody hurt out there. So we'll see once I break it down and chop everything up. You know what I'm saying? But as far as like Cooper Beebe and Tyler Guyton, they have shown some things. They have given some plays up. But at this point, I don't want it to be too late in the season. You know what I'm saying? They got to figure something out. If you got to chip a guy, get Tyler Guyton some help. Scheme matters, bro. You know what I'm saying? So just find ways to be able to maximize Tyler Guyton at the best that you can. All right. Shout out to my man Toxic. What's up, Splendor? What's good with you, bro? Shout out to you, man. My man said, shout out to Elbert. What's good, bro? He said, is it time to activate Dalvin Cook? Hey, go ahead. Activate him, bro. At this point now, I mean, I didn't seen all those guys. I still think that Deuce Vaughn could be a factor in his offense, but it's going to come down to however you scheme him. If you're running him between the tackles against first team defenses in the NFL, they're going to clean that up, bro. A lot of those guys are going to clean that up. So getting him in the perimeter, screen plays, little things like that, I think that he can be able to get his chunk plays because I like his size. The thing is, when you're playing defense, you hate to be able to go up against a guy like Deuce Vaughn. So you have to be able to utilize like a guy like him too. All right, let's see. Shout out to Jay Brown. He said, brother JC, please do a film session on Terrence Steele. Guyton and BB have made rookie mistakes. I'm okay with them. Yeah, facts, bro. Facts. I love to be able to talk about those guys, those rookies, because just so we can just see what they're doing. Zoomed in play by play, bro. You already know how I get down. You know what I'm saying? So we have a ton of work to do this year. But as far as Terrence Steele, for the good and for the bad, I'm not going to try to just bash this guy, but if he's putting it on tape, there's a reason, bro. You already know me. All right, let's see. Hey, shout out to Melv. He said, go Cowboys. JC, love the show. Thank you so much, bro. I ain't been live in a minute, man. You know, I be producing all the time. I'm a producer. That's what I do. So got to tap in on the lives a little bit more and stuff. Been so busy, though, man. It's been so much going on. But we riding, though. We rocking, though, man. You know what I'm saying? And shout out to my brand deal, Better Help, too. You know what I'm saying? Because I know we're going through a lot of mental health problems right now. The Dallas Cowboys is driving us crazy. 10% off for the first month, man. So make sure y'all tap in. All right, let's see. And it's so crazy having that brand deal during this time, too. You know what I'm saying? It's wild. It's so wild, y'all. Okay. Shout out to my man CG. What's up, bro? He said, go Cowboys. JC, my man. Hard to believe we are this bad on the run defense and running back. Love Zeke, but Zeke not the player anymore. And Rico Dowdle, not bad, but not an every down guy. Big facts, bro. Not an every down guy to me. Like, I see this guy come out on the field, and I'd be like, I don't know what y'all be thinking, but I'd be like, man, what? You know what I'm saying? Like I mean, I'm like, you all right, bro. But I mean, you starting out here. It's like they got so many different bodies, bro. So many different bodies. Like the cornerback from the Kalen Carson, I think he'll be something too, but it's so many rookies. But the problem is whenever you're bargain shopping all throughout the year, when you're bargain shopping in free agency, you're going to get this bargain shop type of results. You have to be aggressive when it comes down to the draft. You have to be aggressive when it comes down to free agency. You know what I'm saying? When you find the defensive tackles like Jordan Phillips, you can probably mix those guys in. You can probably mix those guys in a little bit, but at the same time, go out there and go get an alpha. You know what I'm saying? That's what I want to see. Go get an alpha. Make sure y'all smash that like button for me too, yo. All right, man. Okay. Hey, shout out to Luckby. Yeah, shout out to Luckby. The boy played ball. Yeah, big time. Yeah, that dude's a beast for real, for real. And you can have him. I forgot the guy's name from the 49ers, but you can utilize him that kind of way. Like he can catch the ball coming out of college. I didn't do a film session on him last year because I didn't know how to do film sessions then. It's so funny. But I wanted to break him down. I think that the way that you can be able to utilize him, very, very tough runner. He can catch the ball. You got to implement that in your offense, bro. You got to. It's important. You know what I'm saying? And I think, with Dak Prescott, the way that you can be able to bring Dak Prescott takes that next step is if you have that run game. You got to have guys on that offensive line, the wide receivers, the tight ends. But if you can be able to implement a Luckby, a Turpin, all of those guys, not leaning on guys like CeeDee Lamb every single play. You know what I'm saying? The thing is with CeeDee Lamb, coming off a season where he wasn't, off season where he wasn't here the whole time, that gave opportunities for guys like Jalen Tolbert to step up, guys like Brandon Cooks to step up. So where are these guys? Consistency is going to be key, guys. It's very important, man. All right, let's see. This beer tasting good, though, man. It's been a long day. It's definitely been a long day, man. All right, let's see. Shout out to my man, the Lunatic. He said Al Harris had a talk with Carson about tackling, but 21 finished and put players on the ground Sunday. One of the few brighter spots. Yeah, same thing. Just like Dwayne was saying, same thing with Tyler Guyton and Cooper Beebe. It's so good to be able to see guys like them seeing the field so early, as well as Maurice Leofau. But and it's going to be a lot of pressure. I mean, it's a lot that comes with the Dallas Cowboys. That's my thing. But I think that, as he continues to keep growing, being around Trayvon Diggs, as well as guys like Deron Bland, I think that he'll be something. You know what I mean? But you, week in and week out, you're going up against these top-tier premier wide receivers. There will be growing pains. There will be times where you might see a Derrick Henry out in open field. But I think that, what he can be able to do and seeing him play personally and coming out of high school, that wide receiver position, the dude was a beast, man. And it's good to see these guys converting over to cornerback because you have an understanding of what these wide receivers are trying to do. So he makes plays. I think that he can be something, but it's going to definitely take some time. All right. Let's see. He said, JC, what you think about our safety play? Man, I think that the safeties, you have to put in guys like Wanye. I think Wanye Thomas, he has that ability to be a playmaker in Zimmer's type of scheme. Because, I mean, these guys are moving fast. But with Malik Hooker and Donald, I don't think that I'm not saying Malik Hooker's a bum because usually with him, he has quiet games. But having quiet games at that safety position, that's not always a bad thing. But you have to mix things up. Guys like Donald, he's another good player that is really tough. But now you're playing against a lot of these wide receivers in the NFL that they're all running 4.2s and 4.3s. So if you give these guys the opportunity to be able to run posts, skinny posts, 9 routes, anything to be able to clip the top off the defense, they will do it. So you got to be on top of it. And I've said it before, positioning is key. You know what I'm saying? So it's the fundamentals. You don't have to be the fastest guy, but putting yourself in the right position is going to be critical. And I think with Wanye Thomas, he's one of the guys that can be able to do that. You know what I'm saying? Because not only is he athletic, but he has the IQ. I believe he has an understanding of what Mike Zimmer wants. You know what I'm saying? So you have to put guys like that on the field. All right, let's see. He said, JC, that hurt Carson, bad tackling angle and not wrapping up Nelson Aguilar, Carson, rough day. Yeah, it's going to happen, though, bro. You know what I'm saying? My thing is with me, you got to have that short-term memory at that cornerback position. When you get beat, how quickly can you recover? You know what I'm saying? That's what it's all about when it comes down to it, bro. You know what I'm saying? All right. Hey, shout out to my man Dwayne for the $10, man. I appreciate you, bro. Thank you so much for all you do for the nation, man. Thank you. He said, let's see Cooks and Deuce run the ball against the Giants. Please bench Wilson for Thomas. Yeah, bro. Yeah. Like you gotta use Cooks and you gotta use Deuce. I was saying that earlier, implementing both of those guys. I would like to see Brandon Cooks getting some jet sweeps, kind of sort of like Tyreek Hill. You know what I'm saying? Not saying he's as fast as Tyreek Hill because he's not. I think he's kind of losing his speed a little bit because the separation wasn't really there. You know what I'm saying? Last night. But as far as Deuce Vine, you're going to have to do the same thing. It's funny though, Dwayne, because a lot of times, like when you throughout the season, a lot of the guys in the offseason, they start talking about what they're going to do, how they're going to utilize certain players. But once you get into that game in the heat of the moment, they always switch up, bro. They always switch up. Stay true to what you believe in. If you feel as though that Deuce Vaughn can be effective running out of the perimeter, you can use certain screen plays, things like that. Brandon Cooks doing certain little things, jet sweeps, stick to it. You know what I mean? Stick to your game plan. Sometimes guys just think too much, and then next thing you know, mistakes start happening. I appreciate you though, man. Thanks for that $10, brother. I appreciate you. All right. Hey, shout out to Jay Bryan. He said Hooker is fine in coverage, but Dono is vulnerable. Yeah. Wanye needs to be on the field more. He could make the defense better. Yeah, big time, bro. You can utilize him. I mean, I think he can play in the box. You can use him at that free safety. The thing is, with Mike Zimmer, he usually keeps his free safeties on the move a lot that he did in the past, but I don't think that our free safeties are athletic enough to be able to do that. So sometimes you got to adjust. Because I remember back in the day, what's dude's name that used to play for him in Minnesota, number 22, the free safety? They was using him Harrison Smith, I believe. Harrison Smith, yeah. They was using him everywhere in the slot. They had him down in the box, just switching things up. You have to be versatile. Got to be versatile. But, I mean, at this point now, guys, like there are no excuses for the Dallas Cowboys. I feel as though I'm going to stay true to it. Like I think that they have the talent to be able to get it done. But when you look at the team – and you see one guy going hard, for example, if you see Eric Kendricks, boom, they're running the ball. He hits the hole hard, boom, smacks the fullback or smacks somebody on the play. Somebody got to be out there to cover up for him. DeMarvion Overshown, any of those guys that can be able to clean up. It seems like one guy's going hard out there, and then the next guy is just making a mistake. That's what it feels like, you know, when watching the Dallas Cowboys right now. But if they can lock in and focus and just get back to what they do best, I think that will be fine. You know what I'm saying? I don't think we've done that. I don't think we've done yet, though. I mean, a lot of people might be, you know, really down on the Dallas Cowboys right now, but I think that we'll be able to bounce back. Now, as far as playing those top teams in the NFL, NFC, AFC, they still got to prove it to us, but I think that they can be able to bounce back for sure. All right, let's see. My man said highest tight window throw percentage. Okay. Damn, Big Mike, can't we scheme our wide receivers open like other teams? Yeah, man. That's what I'm saying. You got to scheme these guys open. I see it all the time with Patrick Mahomes and those guys. And it's so crazy with them because, you know, defense plays a big part in why they win so many games. It's not just Patrick Mahomes. That defense goes out there and stops the run. They get key stops and find ways to be able to get the ball in Patrick Mahomes' hands so he can be able to turn up. You know what I'm saying? So, and it's weird because, you know, it can be the same thing for Dak Prescott. Like, just like the fourth quarter in this past game, like they got a few stops, and next thing you know, the offense got that momentum. Like the defense is going to have to step up and get those stops because that's how, you know, Dak Prescott gets going. You know what I'm saying? That's how that happens. But it's so weird. It was so funny, y'all, because I really thought we was going to end up winning that game. I thought we was going to get a stop. It broke my heart, though, because I thought that Trayvon Diggs was going to pick that ball, but he was a tick too late. You know what I mean? But sometimes they might try to get a little sneaky with it. You know how some of these offenses go. All right. Okay. All right. Okay. Shout out to my man, Brian. He said, Dono is good when the coverage is in front of him. Wanye can man cover and play good angles in zone. He let us be more versatile. Then why they not playing them, bro? That's the thing. Why are they not playing them? If we know that, and they should know that, and I've seen a lot of film on Wanye Thomas, and he has made a lot of plays, bro. Why haven't they done that? You know what I'm saying? That's where I'm at with it. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, it's gonna be good though, guys. Like just to to see this team and so much talent that they have, I think that this could still be a good season. I'm not gonna turn my back on this team. We love this team so much. We gotta stay consistent with that. But you're gonna go through those good times. You're gonna go through those bad times. But what are they gonna do when the face of adversity, when it smacks you? Are you gonna step up to the plate or are you gonna fold like a lawn chair? You know what I'm saying? And I think that this team has the talent to be able to step up, but they gotta lock in. Definitely gotta lock in. But the first thing is that defensive tackle play is going to have to get better. Mozzie Smith, all of those guys are going to have to step up. You know what I mean? But, with me, spending 20 years, 15, 20 years of going out there and bargain shopping defensive tackles, I mean, it's sickening, bro. At this point now, I would be aggressively trying to go get a guy at that defensive tackle position early in free agency. You know what I'm saying? All right, let's see. Hey, shout out to Matt Batten. What's going on, man? Shout out to you. What is good? What is good? All right. But yeah, man, it's gonna be good to see how this all plays out. That's why with me, I told my wife, I said, I'm not going to get into my feelings when it comes down to the Dallas Cowboys. At this point, they got to prove it to us. You know what I mean? Because last year they did the same thing. They hurt our hearts. You know what I mean? That was a painful loss. So these losses right now, I was so hurt from last year's game that at this point now, they have to prove it to us. There are no excuses. You know what I'm saying? Because there's really no team. There's not a lot of teams in the NFL that is as talented as the Dallas Cowboys. Yes, they have a lot of rookies, but when you have a Dak Prescott, Trayvon Diggs, Micah Parsons, the list goes on and on. DeMarcus Lawrence, put these guys in the right position so they can find ways to succeed. That's just what it comes down to. All right, let's see. My man said, I believe more motion in our offense will help them, and the defense if they practice against motion. Yeah, that can definitely help you because you can figure out what the defense is in. You know what I'm saying? That can give you the leg up if you get these guys on the move. You know what I mean? You do have the athletic guys to be able to do it. With CeeDee Lamb didn't play his best game. I think they were kind of in his head though, bro. You know what I'm saying? With CeeDee Lamb, they were pressing him a lot, and they have a lot of talented guys over there in Baltimore. But it's not going to just come down to CeeDee Lamb. If he's getting strapped, every game ain't going to be perfect for that guy. Yes, he's a top 5 wide receiver in my opinion, but other guys got to show up. They have to show up. It is critical. It is critical because if not, the Jake Fergusons, the Brandon Cooks, all of those guys, if you're not getting that going, it's just going to make things so much harder for guys like Dak Prescott. You know what I'm saying? All right. Hey, shout out to Jazz. What's good, Jazz? What's going on, Jazz? I told you I had to tap in real quick, man. You know what I'm saying? I was going to do a video, but I'll probably do it later, man. I'll probably do it later. All right, let's see. Hey, shout out to Clayton Lockhart. What's good, bro? He said, what up, Jay? I just smashed that like button. I appreciate you, bro. Thank you so much, man. Smash that like button for me. Let's beat this algorithm. You already know what it is, man. All right. And then in all of the film sessions that I do, that's the bad film sessions. If y'all don't want to watch them, still come by and hit that like button for me. You know what I'm saying? Because I know it's painful, but the real Cowboys fans, you got to take the good. You got to look at the good things. You got to look at the bad things. And we got to figure out what this team can be able to do to get better. I know sometimes it can be a little cringy watching them joints, but I don't want to lead y'all the wrong way. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to do that. I want to stay true to the network. If I'm going to create, I want y'all to see the good as well as the bad, and I'm going to stay true to that. You know what I'm saying? So make sure y'all comment and hit that like button. You already know, man. All right, let's see. Shout out to my man Jay. He said Osa and D-Law might not be trying to hear that since it's contract year for them. Yeah, bro. But D-Law gonna have to step his ass up, bro. Osa gonna have to step his ass up. All of them, bro. All of them have been mopping out. Even though I feel as though that D-Law is a very good player, he can stop the run. You can utilize him certain little ways and stuff like that. We already knew. Like I did a film session, right? I'm not sure if anybody tapped in on this one, but I was talking about the Lamar Jackson and their right side of the offensive line. I mean, a lot of the plays that I was breaking down was the same thing that they did last night, bro. You know what I'm saying? That right side of the defense of their offensive line could have been had. If you would have switched up Micah Parsons, D-Law, a lot of those guys switching to that right side, their right tackle and their right guard, they could have went out there and closed in and got to Lamar Jackson. So they just gotta watch film, bro. They gotta watch film. But as far as like Osa and D-Law, they gotta step up. They gotta step up when it matters most. All right. Usually when you're planning your contract year, though, bro, that's when you can be, usually guys turn up. But we'll see. All right, let's see. My man said Carl Lawson played a few plays versus Baltimore. He was number 55. Hey, bro, I gotta watch film on him and see those plays, bro. It was so much that was going on in the game that I didn't even see it. Like, bro, the game was stressing me so bad. Like the way that it was playing out from that fourth quarter. I got to see how who was in the game and stuff like that after I break everything down. You know what I'm saying? But we definitely gonna break everything down. Shout out to Jazz though. All right, I said my man said I need the Cowboys to win against the Giants on my birthday. I hope they definitely do, but you don't want to sleep on any of these teams, bro, at all. Every year is completely different. A lot of these players that have been drafted, they have been good all of their life, so you can't sleep on any team, even the Commanders. Any team that we line up against, we got to go out there and get the job done and get the job done, bro. I say you missed my comment on the above. Hold on, let me see, dog. Hold on, let me see. I can't catch every jump. Let me see. Hold on. Sometimes it. Hold on. Okay, so I said okay. So he said so when I watched the film. I'll put you up real quick. He said so when I watched the film, it looks like Mozzie is playing blocks as he should, but um, it's others who are attacking. This defense is designed to let the linebackers make plays. Yeah, bro. Yeah, the linebackers are going to have to make plays, but it's going to have to be a collective thing, though, man. Everybody's going to have to be on top of it. However, they're going to try to scheme Mozzie Smith, any of those defensive tackles on the defensive end position. Everybody's going to have to do their job. If the defensive tackles, if they're two gapping, if guys on the defensive end position, if they're setting the edge, those linebackers, they're going to have to find ways to be able to scrape. So I believe, man, it's going to be a collective thing to be able to get this right as far as the defense. I'm not going to just point at just one person. You know what I mean? I'm not going to play that game. I think that it's a collective thing. If you can be an elite defense as far as that front seven, you know what I'm saying? That front seven, everybody's going to have to be on the same page. And I think that it's more than one player that's making mistakes. You know what I'm saying? All right, let's see. Oh, you said we still gonna win the NFC East. You think so, though? I think we're gonna win the NFC East, bro. I think we got what it takes, bro. We definitely got what it takes, but we got a lot of work to do. You know what I'm saying? You lose those 2 home games, sometimes it can wake you up. You know what I mean? But the good thing is, though, Dwayne, like it's early on within the season. We still got a lot of time, you know what I'm saying, to figure this out. Because a lot of teams don't really get into position until about week 7, week 8. You know what I'm saying? You start figuring out who you are and how you can be able to go about, finish off the season and on to the playoffs. But this early start right here has been alarming. They have a lot of work to do. I think that we can play a lot better than what we have. They just got to lock in and focus, bro. All right. Let's see. My man said linebackers, yes, has to make has to make plays, but defensive line got to win the battle in the trenches, set the tone. Yeah, man, big time. It starts off with me. It's a domino effect. That defensive line, they getting blown off the ball, CG. And that offensive line being able to get down to the second level quickly, bro, it's going to open up their whole playbook. So, same thing with that center position. It's all the same, bro. Defensive tackle, that center position, you have to go find alpha dogs right there because everything else trickles down. You know what I'm saying? Regardless if it's Mike Zimmer's defense, Dan Quinn's defense back in the day, any defense that's in the league, you have to start off with that defensive line, those defensive tackles, guys that can be able to clog things up, through techniques, interior pressure, whatever they're trying to do, man. You got to have that interior rocking and rolling. You know what I'm saying? Hey, shout out to my man the Lunatic. Thank you so much for the $2. He says support JC, share, sub, and like. Thank you so much, bro. Go Cowboys. You already know. Hey, look, man, it's go Cowboys all day. You know what I mean? Nothing's going to change, but at the same time, they gotta prove it to us. It's been so long, bro. Like we know that we have the talent, but it's not always about the talent. Go out there, prove it on the field, practice hard, and get it done at this point now, bro. All right. Let's see. My man said we seen Zeke. Yeah, sit him and let's. Nah, I wouldn't. I mean, I'm still big on Zeke, bro. Like, I'm not saying that Zeke is what he used to be. I think that you can still utilize him, but they haven't really even been giving him an opportunity, bro. You know what I'm saying? They haven't been giving him an opportunity. You've been having so many people in. You know what I mean? So, I mean, but I think that Rico Dowdle can be something. You know what I'm saying? But it's just gonna take some time. But when you're playing against a team like the Baltimore Ravens, a team that they draft well. I mean, a lot of these offensive game plans, they do switch things up, bro. You know what I mean? And they got some alpha dogs over there, but I'm not. I mean, they can be beat, bro. If you come in there with the right game plan, they can be beat. They can definitely be beat. All right, let's see. He said Jerry Jones blew it, not getting Derrick Henry. He wanted to come here. He should have tried to get him. Yeah, but I don't know how much it would have cost to get a Derrick Henry. But just like I said, bro, I don't always believe. I don't believe in you having to go find the best running back. You know what I'm saying? I think that if that offensive line is right, but so many years they have been going offensive line, left tackle, center, right guard, left guard. They've been doing that offensive line all the time. Sometimes you gotta go out there and go find a stout defensive tackle or like some type of playmaker or something like that, bro. So they definitely have work to do. Definitely. All right. Okay. But yeah, man, that's all I want to come here and talk about. I think that this team can be able to turn everything around, but just getting back to what they do best and locking in, and it's going to start off with practice, guys. Like, if not, then this team is not going to get far. You know what I mean? So sometimes when you go through that phase of adversity early on in the season, it can change things around. But they got to go out there and prove it to us at this point now. Dak Prescott, you got so much talent out there with the Brandon Cooks. You got the CeeDee Lamb. Go out there and get things rolling. Not at the end of the game, 9 minutes into the fourth quarter. Get things going in the first quarter so you guys can start building the rhythm. You know what I mean? But it's going to start off with being able to run the ball first. You know what I'm saying? And stopping the run. That's the first thing that they should do, guys. Stopping the run. A lot of these defensive teams in the NFL now, they don't even tackle at practice anymore. They don't even tackle at practice. So at this point, you're missing tackles. They need to tackle at practice. I wouldn't even trip no more. That's how I would carry it. You know what I'm saying? All right, let's see. You said that fourth rounder we traded for Trey Lance would have been a nice pick. Yeah, nice running back pick. Yeah, man, I know. I mean, but every team ain't gonna be perfect though, bro. There will be mistakes that you make sometimes as far as acquisitions and stuff like that. But you don't really want to harp on that. You gotta keep on just moving forward and just see how it all play out. But it's gonna be exciting to see what happens. But just like I said, guys, don't put your heart in it too much. Just see how this team is going to be able to respond. If they don't respond, then it is what it is. But just don't get heartbroken about it. They got work to do, and we're going to see what happens, man. But we will have more film, though. Coming up this week, we probably going to have at least 2 videos this week. And, yeah, man, breaking some things down. We got a few things to talk about, you know what I'm saying? But it's going to be good to see how it all plays out, guys. I think that's it, though. But yeah, man. Hey, I'll talk to y'all soon. We got a few things to do. You know what I'm saying? I got to tend to my daughter. And yeah, man, I'll get back at y'all soon. All right, gone.